بما أنزلت مصدقا لما به ولا تشتروا بآياتي ثمنا قليلا وإياي فاتقون.
إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره نعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله حق تقاته ولا تموتن إلا وأنتم مسلمون يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم ومن يطع الله ورسوله فقد فاز فوزا عظيما. أما بعد فإن أصدق الحديث كتاب الله وخير الهدي هدي محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم وشر الأمور محدثاتها فإن كل محدثة بدعة وكل بدعة ضلالة وكل ضلالة في النار وإنما توعدون لآت وما أنتم بمعجزين. Greet you all with the greeting of Islam. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and the blessing of Almighty Allah be with you all. I'd like to welcome you all for our series concerning Azzawaaj fil Islam, marriage in Islam. And this is segment number 11 today, inshallah. And we continue with our subject about Zawaj and marriage. After we had finished yesterday talking about the things which can be looked to, from a man to a man, or a woman to a man, or a woman to a woman. So this will bring us to the next position or the next point concerning looking or meeting the future wife. Okay, now as we understand this person who want to get married, all right, he is not related to this girl that he want to marry her, and as a result of this, in some culture or in some countries, still some haya and some shyness and bashfulness and things like this, they may allow or they do not allow. But what does Islam give the person a right or not? And if the Islam give him the right to look at her, to check her out, like they say, okay, before they get married, what he can, what he could not. All right. So if a person, as example, told you family so and so is a good family, they have a daughter, you understand, things like this. Now you maybe did not, because we get used to know people in the street, in the neighborhood, that in the school, maybe sitting beside, all these things. But you have to understand there is a tradition, okay? The Islamic tradition that is not mixing. There is no, you understand, socialization between a man and woman. They are not related, and they are not talking about a business, something necessary, you understand, to be asked or to be discussed. So now you don't know this woman, or you don't know this girl, or this girl doesn't know about you. You may saw her someplace and you ask, who's this sister walking, or who's this sister, whatever it is, how and when. So Islam is telling you that if you have a thought, or you glimpse on a woman, or you saw, or somebody told you about somebody who maybe is not married, she may be single, and you looking, you're searching for a wife, now, number one, you need to go and check her out. At least look at her, because this is a kind of a message, or a kind of a way to feel or to see if this is what you're desiring. We are a human being, we are not angels, okay? It's not because I have beard and I'm a Muslim, you understand, and I go to the mosque 5 times a day that okay, I will marry any kind of woman. No, we are a human being. Same way that food. Some people, different culture, different food. Some people eat spice, some people could not eat spice, okay? Same thing about marriage, all right? And the same thing, this is not applied to a man only, but a woman also. A woman, you understand, maybe she's 5 feet 9 inches, okay? And after this, a person who's 5 feet 2 inches too short to her. She's not want to be, understand, to be with a person like this. Maybe he have a long beard and he have this and that, but she wants somebody to match her height. When she walk in the street, she feel, okay, that there is some kind of matching, and people, okay. So anyway, so it is very important that the person go and ask for a meeting with the family, and also part of this setting will be the future wife, or what he want ask about, or what he attend, or what he wanted. So you have to see her physically first, and I'm going to come in detail what do you mean by physically, what you can see, what you could not see. All right. As the Prophet ﷺ had told us in collection of Imam Muslim from the authority of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, he say, while I was sitting with the Prophet ﷺ, كنت عند النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم فأتاه رجل فأخبره أنه تزوج امرأة من الأنصار فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم أنظرت إليها؟ قال لا. قال فاذهب فانظر إليها فإن في أعين الأنصار شيئا. Abu Hurairah say, while I was sitting in the gathering with the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, a man came and said, "O Prophet of Allah, I got engaged, or I got made proposal to a woman from the Ansari women." The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked him, "Did you see her? Did you look to her?" He said, "No." He said, you should go and look at her, because Ansar, they have something about their eyes. Maybe attraction, or maybe disqualification, or maybe understand something that you are not going to be happy with it. But nevertheless, we don't have Ansar women today, but it is very important that the advice of the Prophet ﷺ to be taken in consideration. Okay? Although there's some culture in Arab countries or Muslim country or whatever countries that you want, the mother of the future husband and the mother or the family of the bride, they meet. I have a son, you want to marry your daughter, where do you have a daughter? And they discuss everything. And the man doesn't see his wife except in the wedding night, after they contract everything. This is totally unacceptable in Islam, and this is not fair. All right. So the advice of the Prophet ﷺ, or the order of the Prophet ﷺ, is to go, not your father or your mother or your sister, you yourself, and check her out, look at her. And also Al-Mughira ibn Shu'bah, may Allah be pleased with him, he had make attention to marry a woman, and the Prophet ﷺ said to him, انظر إليها فإنه أحرى أن يؤدم بينكما. Because he said he proposed to a woman from the Ansar. So Prophet told him, go and look at her, because this will help the future relationship between you and your wife. You know what you're getting into, okay? Nevertheless, this hadith, although it is authentic, okay, and this hadith, it didn't specify what to look to. Look to her hands, look to her face, look to her hair, what? So the hadith is left like this. So whatever that look at here, whatever means, okay, or whatever is known in the family, or whatever usually known to be looked at from a man to a woman, look at it. Although nowadays we see in the street more than what we can see in the house. You see legs, you see understand necks, you see hairs, you see makeup, you see everything. I don't see what else you want to see. Okay? But we talking about a people who had took Islam as a way of life for them in culture, in politics, in economics, in everything. All right? That was no mix. That was no exposing woman, okay, their beauty outside. This is a Muslim society. But nowadays, like I say, now everything, okay, على عينك يا تاجر, as if they say back home, okay, hey, the apples is there in her hands. This it. Some of them, they said that he can look to her what she usually wear in her house with his maharim. What is maharim? Those people who could not marry her. We mentioned about this, like her father, her son, her brother, her uncle. That means she can be with a no headpiece. Her arms can be showing, her legs up to the knee or halfway, that you can see this. So she will sit in the living room with her family as if no stranger there. I'm not talking about wearing short now, because they are not supposed to wear short in front of your own brother or your father. Okay? So the normal, according Islam, that we spoke about it yesterday, about the awrat and the private, what can be exposed and what have to be sealed when you are with your the people who could not marry you. All right? So this is another group of the scholars talking about what you can. Nevertheless, we have another hadith which is hasan and good, acceptable. Okay? The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam is saying, إذا خطب أحدكم المرأة فقدر أن ينظر منها بعض ما يدعوه إلى نكاحها فليفعل. This is the collection of Imam Abu Dawood rahmatullah radiyallahu an. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, if one of you intend to marry a woman and he found a means to look at her, what encouraged him to marry her, let him to do so. All right? So you may be asking me, so what do you mean by this? I mean what I said. But does not mean that I'm going to go tell her, okay, I'm going to be here, and you understand, and you leave, you understand, the window open, and you can give me, understand. No, that means she doesn't know. She may be understand cooking, she may be washing dishes, she may be cutting the grass in her backyard, and you found a means to hide, to see her. Not playing games if you sincerely planning to marry her. All right? And you want to see more from her, that it give you more encouragement to marry her. This allowable to you according Islam. Okay? Nevertheless, I will know about culture of people, and I give you example with people that they contract son and daughter, marrying your son, marry my daughter, and they contract everything, and the son never saw their daughter, never. Only on the night when they about to make engagement for this marriage, and this is not right. Okay. Neither a mother or a father has the right to prohibit their daughter to be seen by her future husband if he requests this. Neither that the parents should allow for them to have privacy or to do whatever or go movie together and things like this so they can make their mind. This is, you see, this too extreme now. This is too extreme. All right? That somebody doesn't want her to see, to be seen, not even her face, not even her hands. Okay? This is extreme. And some people, they allow, you understand, to get to know each other. Okay? So the only thing, you understand, that is left for them is to have a sexual relation. But they can go places together, and they can leave in the morning, come at night, you understand, go eat in the restaurant together, go to movies together. This is not acceptable. Okay? Okay, from this, inshallah, we understand that when a person tries to approach, what about if the parents refuse? Okay, what about if the parents refuse? The daughter has the right to disobey her parents in this. Brothers, sisters, believe me, I just had a conversation with a sister last week. She is 48 and she's not married until now. Culture is something totally different from Islam. Why a virgin girl have to stay for a 48 years not been married? When she's going to get married? When she's going to have a children? This is not fair. So if the parents refuse for the future husband or the one who intend to marry their daughter, she has the right to come to the living room without the permission of her parents and to sit there and let him to see her or ask her some question. And this had happened also in the time of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when advised the man to go to see her future wife, and he went to the parents and came, say, I want to propose to your daughter, and I would like to see her. They dislike it. And he told them, the Prophet ﷺ told me, go and look at her. The girl was in her bedroom and she heard the conversation. And she removed the curtain and she said, if the Prophet ﷺ had ordered you or instructed you to look, here, look at me. This is her right. Okay. Now, before we go deeper in this proposal of marriage, okay, we have to know that certain women could not be proposed to. Okay, so this is very important. You don't go propose and after this you say, oh, but I could not marry you. All right, or I'm not available for marriage. So we need to know about forbidden proposals, time-wise or family-wise or relationship-wise. Okay. As example, a woman who is divorced. When a woman is divorced from her husband, there is a waiting period. Okay? And this waiting period is different from 1 to 1. Okay? And this is not the time to discuss about the iddah, but at least because we're going to, if we get to this subject, this will be a big subject about the divorce, when to divorce and how long to wait. But you have to understand, if a woman is pregnant, as example, from a previous marriage, you could not marry her. Okay? You could not marry her. You could not propose to her. She is still, you understand, married. Consider semi-married. Alright? Her iddah will be over when she drop her baby. When a woman is divorced, there is a 3 months have to elapse before the divorce became final. So basically, to make a long story short, that you could not propose to a woman that she is divorced unless her waiting period will be over. The Prophet ﷺ instructing us by saying, المؤمن أخو المؤمن فلا يحل لمؤمن أن يبتاع على بيع أخيه ولا يخطب على خطبة أخيه. The hadith in the collection of Imam Muslim rahmatullah alayh, a believer is the brother of the other believer. He's not supposed to make a bid over his bid or a bargain over his bargain. Neither he's supposed to propose to a woman which his brother, Muslim brother, had proposed for her already. So if you know that a Muslim brother had proposed to this sister and they are already accepted him, you could not go and make a proposal or both proposal. But if they still thinking about it, okay, or that you propose but we did not give you an answer yet, so this you can make a proposal. But nevertheless, you understand, there is a lot of women, believe me, there is a lot of women. There is no need for us to bring about grudges and bad feeling between us and the other Muslims. And believe me, the number of women is more, twice, thrice of the number of male. Okay? So we don't want to understand a woman that became a cause of fitna between two brothers, regardless if they accepted the proposal or they rejected the proposal. Okay? This is something that we have to take in consideration. So you respect your brother that he is in some kind of engagement or a possibility, not to bring about any kind of ill feeling. All right? But if the family approve it, now you are not supposed to step in. Never that been married before, she will talk generally. But a girl who's virgin, never been married before, she will be shy to say yes. And the Prophet ﷺ say, الثيب أحق بنفسها من وليها والبكر تستأذن في نفسها وإذنها سماطها. Okay? That the Prophet ﷺ is saying that a woman been remarried before, she has a right over herself to make decision more than her guardian. But she could not marry without a guardian. But she can make a more decision about, you understand, more. Why? Because she already went through experience of marriage. She is not going to be shy to say yes or no. No, I want to understand 2-bedroom apartment, not one studio apartment, things like this. Okay? As well, for a woman that never been married before, we need to get to know her agreement and that she confirms this, and to confirm this by what? By not saying no. That means she will be quiet. Okay? Okay, we're going to stop here, inshallah, because there is a lot of things that we need to know about who's the woman that you could not propose to her because a family relationship, as example, or by nursing, or by marrying, is the longest little bit subject, inshallah, and we're going to discuss, continuing with the discussion tomorrow, inshallah. Nevertheless, before we close, if anybody misunderstood anything or that believe I said something wrong, please correct me before we close. It's time for Azan al-Asr and need to go, but inshallah we... So inshallah, if nobody have any comments or any correction, inshallah, I'll be looking forward to see you again, inshallah. All the series are already on YouTube and as well as Facebook, inshallah. Looking forward to see you tomorrow at the same time. Thank you for watching. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.